Welcome to my views and news, two news stories from Ethiopia. Firstly, everyone was waiting for the outcome of Holy Synod's meeting. Just a few minutes ago, Abune Petros held a short press briefing sharing details of what has been decided at the meeting today. Church has made a decision. We'll try to analyze the decision regarding appointments of new bishops to Oromia and southern Ethiopia. Secondly, an Orthodox elder has been arrested. He is one of the three Orthodox elders who held a press briefing on Sunday accusing some Holy Synod archbishops. And lastly, Tigray leaders are raising a new issue. Is it a new issue, or are they trying to reinforce their position? TPLF has held some meetings in the past few days. This new issue being raised is not from Tigray interim government, but from the TPLF, Tigray People Liberation Front. The party has held some meetings in the past few days. Now the party has come up with a new position. Details for you. Firstly, viewers, Holy Synod, Orthodox Church Synod held a meeting today. Meeting was ongoing for the last 3 days. Today was the final session of this meeting. The meeting was about appointment of bishops to Oromia, Amhara, other parts of Ethiopia, but the meeting was seeing tensions, deadlock, disagreements. Now the church has issued a statement after the conclusion of today's meeting. Since last night we have been hearing rumors that there were serious disagreements. There were disagreements. Now reportedly Abune Petros has held a short press briefing. A detailed statement will be issued on Wednesday. What has the church decided? Will it be acceptable to the archbishops from Oromia and from Amhara? Well, 9 bishops will be appointed in coming days. Date of appointment has not been announced today. Reportedly 7 to Oromia and 2 to other parts of Ethiopia, to southern Ethiopia. 9 appointments will be made in coming weeks. Appointments to 9 dioceses. Who will be appointed? Will any of the 26 bishops appointed a few months ago, will any of them be part of the 9? We don't know. So far, a 7-member committee has been established by the Holy Synod today. It has been confirmed. All Synod members have approved the formation of this committee. This committee will nominate 9 names to the Synod, and then Synod will approve the appointments of the 9 whose names were recommended by the committee. The 7-member committee is led by Abune Raphael. Other archbishops, members of the committee are Abune Serios, Abune Nathanael, Abune Henoch, Abune Hierokos, Abune Marcos. This 7-member committee in coming days will meet. Based on criteria, it will finalize 9 names. The names will be sent to the Synod. Synod will meet, and then the new appointments will be approved or rejected. This is what has been agreed at long 3 to 4 day long meetings. When will the recommendations be made? When will appointment be made? That has not been made public today. On Wednesday, the church will issue a detailed statement. Now, Abune Petros did not rule out the possibility of inclusion of the 27 bishops in the list of new appointees, new 9 appointees which will be appointed in coming days. So we don't know. Then there could be someone from the 27 appointed, nominated by this committee. That remains to be seen. So far we can say that the issue has been postponed a little. That is what I was expecting, because since last night we have been seeing tensions. Government closed Mahibre Kadusa TV, it arrested Tigray TV manager, Orthodox teacher, it raided 2 other religious news outlets. Amhara, Oromo activists, they were making claims, rumors being spread. It was becoming a serious issue. So for the time being, Church has resolved the issue that it has now given authority to this committee to nominate people. Will this nomination be binding on the Synod? Can Synod reject, or will it be bound to accept? Will there be voting? It seems that after nomination sent by this committee to the Synod, Synod will vote, and then appointments will be approved. Let's see what happens. So far, the issue is there. It has not been resolved. The issue is about appointment of bishops to the Oromia region. Who will be appointed there? True Oromos or non-Oromos as well? Let's see what happens. So we can sum up that the issue has not been resolved so far. Formation of committee indicates that the issue is unresolved. We'll see tensions again in coming months, I think. Secondly, arrests of religious leaders is continuing, though Tigray TV general manager has been released. He was arrested a few hours ago by the government, but reportedly he has been released. Birhano is his name. But another Orthodox Church elder has been arrested. His name is Aklil Damto. He is head of Theology Alumni Association. He is one of 3 Orthodox Church elders who held a press briefing on Sunday, accusing some Holy Synod archbishops of working for their personal and political gains. The statement was broadcast on Mahibre Kadusa TV. License of the TV has been suspended. TV is off air, and now one of 3 who held that press briefing has been arrested by security forces, reported. Secondly, we have Tigray, where Tigray leaders, TPLF leaders, are raising very interesting points. We know that TPLF is worried these days. It is trying to put pressure upon the federal government. Why? Because National Election Board of Ethiopia has refused to restore TPLF as a political party. TPLF was delisted from list of terrorist parties by the parliament a few weeks ago. But NABE election board says that TPLF cannot be restored as a political party. Its confiscated properties cannot be unfrozen as well. TPLF should apply for a new registration. TPLF is not applying for new registration. It is asking the federal government to intervene. And we saw start of meetings in Tigray, Debrecen, Alam Gabre Wahid, Munjorino. They held some meetings with TPLF members from top to bottom, reportedly high-level lower level, middle level TPLF officials have been involved in these meetings. A key meeting was held in Mekelle, I think 3 days ago. Debretsion was there too. And there, Debretsion and other TPLF leaders passed some interesting remarks. It was said that signatory to Pretoria deal on behalf of Tigray is TPLF, not Tigray interim government. So who will ensure the implementation of Pretoria deal in Tigray? TPLF. Yes, Tigray interim government has responsibility of ensuring the implementation as well. But according to Pretoria deal, TPLF is the party to the deal. There was no interim government signatory to Pretoria deal. So that is why it's the responsibility of TPLF to ensure that peace deal is being implemented. And that is why these meetings were held. It is being claimed by Tigray leaders. So it means that TPLF now wants to monitor the work of Tigray interim government. TPLF seems to be saying that Tigray interim government should work under the TPLF. Why? Because TPLF is signatory to Pretoria deal, not Tigray interim government. In a statement, Debretsion backed Tigray interim government. He said that Tigray interim government, TPLF, both should work for peace, stability, security, development in Tigray. At the same time, Debretsion said that undue pressure is being exerted on the people and institutions of Tigray. Agreements are not being respected and implemented. These 2 points are very important, viewers. Debretsion is not accusing Eritrea. He is not talking about the presence of Eritrean military in Tigray. He is addressing the federal government that you are not implementing contents of the deal. And one of the points of the deal is that TPLF must be restored as a political party. And that undue pressure is being exerted upon the Tigray People Liberation Front. So TPLF is sending a very clear message to Ethiopian federal government that agreement will be implemented in Tigray by TPLF, not by Tigray interim government. It's a very strong message. TPLF is saying that the party cannot be just thrown out of political arena. If the party is thrown out of the political arena, it means Pretoria deal will not be implemented, because then who will implement the deal on behalf of Tigray? Interim government is not a signatory to the deal. Point is valid. TPLF's point is very valid. The agreement signed on behalf of Tigray was signed by TPLF. And now TPLF is no more an entity in Tigray because it has not been restored as a party. Let's see how this tension between TPLF and Ethiopian federal government is resolved. So far, the issue is unresolved. The issue should be resolved, otherwise it can turn into large-scale confrontation between TPLF and Ethiopian federal government, TPLF and Tigray interim government too. Thank you for watching.